Hello, shalom, hola, and welcome to the Spiritual Life with Mystic Reverend Travis Tidwell. That's me, and I'm here with my lovely co-host here, Ashley.
Good evening.
And I want to bring in my executive producer, Athena, who's everybody knows is my daughter and little high priestess there and training herself. Just as Ashley's training to be a psychic. She's going to be very powerful. She's already on her way. Because we're all about spreading spirit and elevating everybody's consciousness. And when you can counsel people and use divination and your intuition, clairvoyance, mediumship skills, it's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very powerful. And, you know, the third eye chakra, along with the pineal gland, you know, are two very important, you know, things to work with psychically.
Mm-hmm.
But before I go in, so how you doing?
No, I'm doing well. I was actually getting deep in thought as you were talking about the pineal. How do you say it? The pineal?
Pineal.
Pineal. I feel like people say it differently. Yeah. Gland, and so
I say pineal.
And I was just thinking about
the pineal gland. Excuse me, pineal. It's the pineal gland.
The pineal gland.
Yeah.
It just
not the
sound,
penis gland. It's the pineal.
It just doesn't sound right.
Well,
okay. Anyways,
I'm
continue.
sorry.
No. Anyway, so please
leave
continue.
a comment. Okay. No.
Please continue. Oh, and subscribe and hit.
Oh,
like.
and before I go any further, let me stop and just say that this would not be possible. Not only because of my executive producer, because without her, really in the physical world,
Athena's
it would not be
amazing.
possible. But we always
true.
have to give thanks to the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit, and all of our angels and guides and entities and fairies and gnomes and all those who love us and are here helping us with this podcast. We give much love and many thanks, and we want to just welcome all of you and thank all of you for coming in and listening to our podcast and maybe coming into YouTube. Oh, YouTube. No. You know, we love you guys too, and we're getting more subscribers, and this is becoming
really
very exciting. Yeah, and we have a lot to talk about because we and her talk for hours, people.
I hope I like.
We can take any one of our conversations and make an
by,
episode out of it.
Episode like 48. I hope they know we talk.
This is actually episode 49.
Dang, I know 50.
Yeah.
We have to get a cake.
Yeah, we'll have to do something for the 50th.
There's
So
those little fireworks you can get at Walmart.
Oh
Get some of
I don't
those.
know about all of that. Yeah, there'll be other celebrations too. Maybe we'll have a drink on the air now. But just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you can't have a vodka, you know.
Well, no one needs to know what's in your cup.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's all good.
This could be water.
We're physical, we're human, you know, spiritual, you know. Physical is the body, human is our personality and who we are as beings, you know. But our higher self is, you know, really the being that we need to be more in tune with, and we do that also through our chakras, our spiritual body. You know, and that's what this episode's kind of dedicated on. Spiritual Life's going to, you know, bring you something that you can benefit yourself with. And,
yes.
And so, you know, there's a lot of talk about navel this, navel that, but the navel chakra is just so important for so many reasons. I mean, you know, it does represent your immediate environment and atmosphere. So as an example, if your home life is screwed up, your atmosphere is toxic, your navel chakra is going to be dysfunctional, closed half the time, not working properly. And it could affect other chakras in your body. But we're focused on the navel chakra also because most people don't look at the navel chakra to be such a the most powerful chakra in one aspect because it connected us to the physical world in the womb. You know, that whole thing, you know, right there.
Yeah, like conception, just for
you
birth.
Bet,
it's
man,
like
that cord
life.
Connected to the navel.
It's
that
like
cord.
As above, so below, and honestly, it's about like, you know, source or God, you know, Father.
Well, no,
Yahweh
the navel represents the universe and your connection to the universe.
Yes, exactly, and His connection,
You
our
know?
connection to God.
Yeah, I mean, the silver cord can come out of your navel. Some people with solar, there's different techniques, but usually it's the navel that has that whole connection to it. And so it's very important, not only for your health and well-being, to acknowledge your navel chakra, but it's also considered the second brain.
I've heard it is the gateway to consciousness. And so let me just tell you why. So here's like an analogy. Like, for instance, if you're driving and like someone darts across your car as you're, you know, just doing, you know, 45 like you normally would on the same street, it's like it takes your brain some time to react, but it's your consciousness that pushes the pedal, basically. So, and that's through the navel. And if you notice, like when before you go into like a drop on like a roller coaster, you feel that pit in your stomach, that's also a lot of energy that's generating. And I know some people would say G-force or whatnot, but it's still a frequency. It's a vibration.
No, it's your gut. For
It's your
sure.
gut
It's
feeling.
connected to your gut. That's the navel right there, your gut. And so by second brain, I'm saying your gut feeling. Ooh, all of a sudden my gut just got sick. I got a power punch to it
Yes.
from a conversation or hearing something or walking to a house or something of that nature, which is not good.
Or like when you're like manifesting stress, it's like your stomach is always out
Oh
of
yeah.
line.
And the navel is, considered, as far as I'm concerned, part of the lower body. It's not just the root chakra. We could say that from the solar plexus on up would be the higher body. You know what I'm saying? If that
Yes.
makes any sense.
Yes.
So I mean, this is the reason why it's so important to listen to your gut instinct sometime. We could say that's intuitiveness. Well, your intuition is it's identifying it, it's acknowledging it, and that's one of the ways you use your intuition.
Yes.
So you can't discount, your navel chakra at all. And I tell you, every Wednesday you should wear orange. If you haven't studied astrology, orange represents the third house of the zodiac. Your immediate family, your neighbors, your friends, messages, letters, immediate communication, travel, things of that nature. So your navel is connected to all of that. You believe that or not.
Well, also, I know also like when entities or when spirits, however, call it what you may, enter your body, it's through the navel, through your solar plex.
Yeah, because and alcohol will let the spirits come into your kidneys, inside organs too.
I would think that because it's a central focal point, like a chakra, like it's more constant. That's just me. Like I would think that it would enter through the navel and get to the kidneys, not just straight to the kidneys.
Not necessarily, depending on the entity and what's going on, because most people get drunk. I mean, they get drunk ugly,
Yeah.
And that's when the entities will come in. It could be through the navel chakra, digestion. It's going to be affecting your navel, your solar plex, your heart, all of them all at the same time. And when you're drunk like that, so anything can happen. Remember when you go to the store, that little bar, it's always wine and spirits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well.
And so we have to acknowledge that spirits are real just in the alcohol that we drink.
But where does it go? To the stomach, the navel. I'm just saying it keeps going straight there. It just
now,
always like
there's also some good therapy for your navel. You could always get some coconut oil and warm it just a little bit, or another oil and warm it a little bit. If you had some type of really good essential massage oil that you could warm slightly, and then rub it into your navel and around your navel in the circular motion of clockwise. It's going to benefit your chakra, your physical body, and just help heal you all over.
Okay.
That's an ancient recipe. And so it's just important because sometimes most people are confused. They can't think about making the right decision, but when that stomach comes in, when you get that gut feeling from your navel chakra that, man, this isn't good, or I shouldn't be doing this, it can happen in so many different ways for people. And I bet there's 1,000 stories out there for everybody. And if you'd like to share a story with me, I'll put it on the podcast about
when
how
someone had a gut feeling.
Yeah, you had a gut feeling, something just kicked you in the gut, and all of a sudden you went with it. You weren't sensing it with your intuition. You weren't sensing it with your intellect, but your physical body made you sense it through your navel gut chakra. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does actually. This may be a little off topic, but one time I went to sign up for a gym membership. Surprise, surprise, right? So I went to go sign up for a gym membership, and I didn't know why. Like I was sitting across from the guy, and I actually felt it in my stomach. I'm all, something is weird about this guy, and he kind of like was condescending. He talked down to me, but that wasn't it. It was like even further than that. So we went for about a month, and then come to find out we saw a new manager. So we were like, well, what happened? And they're like, oh, that guy was panhandling money here, and he was such a fraud and a con artist. And I was like, Oh, like that feeling was justified. So like just like random
Yeah.
sporadic shit like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I'm
Yes.
sure anybody who's listening or watching us on YouTube is going to relate to that, honestly, especially all you women out there. You all have women's intuition. Now, here's another thing I'll share with you guys. I mean, if you're in the San Diego area, you can go down to the Old Town San Diego to the Whaley House.
I love the Whaley House.
And I'm a psychic for a living, you know, and very intuitive, clairvoyant skills, mediumship skills, on and on. But my daughter Athena was with me, and my executive producer was even there. And we were standing in the kitchen, and all of a sudden we got sick to our stomach. Our gut just was like, you remember that, Athena? And it's funny because as much as I tried to psychically see the entities, I couldn't do it. But for some reason, my stomach got it big time, you know what I'm saying? And I got nauseous and sick, and all of a sudden my stomach was turning, and it's like, oh my God.
And that's a reoccurring theme amongst people that are around negative entities too.
Yeah.
I always talk about Dr. Wanda, but I feel like because she's changed my life, like the spiritual detox, she talks about that as well. So it's like really, it's a nice double confirmation to be like, okay, you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and if you burn frankincense and you got people around who don't like it, woo. No.
I don't I mean, I can understand how maybe someone may not like the smell, but like to maybe have like a bad reaction. It's very soft. It's billowy.
Yeah, and going back to your navel chakra too, you know, if you've never worked with your navel chakras, you don't really know what I'm talking about. You know, you can go back to one of my episodes where I talk about the chakras. You can also contact me on YouTube and leave a comment. You can also contact Ashley at
The Pisces Life Coach on Instagram.
That's right. And I do have an album out called Time Has Come by Reverend Travis Tidwell, excuse me. No, it's just by Travis Tidwell. Is it Travis Tidwell, Athena?
Travis Tidwell.
The album is by Travis Tidwell or Reverend Travis? Oh, Travis Tidwell, excuse me, yeah.
Not the country singer.
Yeah, not the country singer. And also we can go to my website, travistidwell.us, like United States. And you can check out my profile there and my organization I put together and some of the things I do have going on. If you don't know who your angel is, contact me, Ashley, if you're on Instagram. And
at Travis Tidwell Podcast at Gmail, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Or, you know, Travis Tidwell Podcast, YouTube it. If you're on Instagram, you can go to a Pisces Life Coach.
Yes,
you know, and send the link to her, and she'll take the information. You know, if you don't know who your angel is and you want that, we'll do that for free. I'll even tell you what's going on in your life right now from your numbers. You know,
he always does it. It's your normal MO for all
that's
your
my
clients.
MO. Yeah. But you have to understand too that during COVID, I've been giving all my classes for free and everything, and just trying to promote that good karma. As we're speaking on this episode, I'm burning frankincense, which is clearing any negative energy, entities, things of that nature. It's Yahweh's favorite smell. Also the god Ra's. But so if you go to a house and you feel that negative energy, you're like Ashley said, you're talking to somebody, and you get that gut feeling of, there's something in my stomach that's just not right. That means somehow it bypassed your third eye chakra.
You're thinking that you're saying that the first thing you should notice is from your third eye, and then it'll bypass that and then move over to the navel.
Sometimes you can sense things. I mean, you know, honestly, being an intuitive being for a living and using Oracle or whatever, it can come in so many different ways. I might sense it, I could feel it, I could see it. It just depends. And that's why we look at the navel chakra to be so important. You know, because you have to learn how to identify what's going on. And if your navel chakra is blocked, are you listening right now, or you're watching us on YouTube, you can close your eyes right now and just visualize the color orange on your navel chakra.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
You know,
can you work it with a stone?
You bet you can. Get a carnelian.
Carnelian.
Put it right in your belly button.
Like a treasure
trove. It's an orange stone, which is the color of your chakra.
Yeah.
Navel is orange. You can get a piece of fluorite and put it there, which might be good. There's a lot of different things you can do to enhance that chakra for sure. You know, you can also get a green cloth. If you're a Reiki practitioner, you can charge it for healing. Put that down on that chakra for a few minutes, and that will help recover it. if it's really damaged, depending on, what kind of atmosphere and energy you've had in your life, how long you've had that there.
So let me ask you, you were saying that the navel is the second brain. Now, is there any direct correlation or connection between the navel and the brain directly? So as you're doing like the stones,
Yeah,
is
for
it
sure.
like altering
You bet.
something else in your body?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, when you put a crystal on your body and you work with it, it's changing your biorhythms immediately.
Of course.
And that's how that's going to happen. And then if you're working with this stone with a special intention, it's going to enhance that vibration and energy for sure. And you're going to feel that even stronger, But yeah, definitely you would want to be conscious of your navel chakra all the time. You want to listen to it. You want to take care of it. If you're not taking vitamin C every day, at least 1,000 milligrams, you should be. At least that's what I'm doing and promoting. High immune system. I dodged COVID 5 times. Yeah.
I chalk it up to me having O negative blood that I haven't caught COVID.
She's a vampire.
I'm convinced that's why.
She's a vampire. I'm telling you right now. What else can I tell you about the navel chakra? If you're having
second brain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, if you're having stomach pains, that can also be because your navel chakra is closed or it's not working properly.
Like energy is not flowing.
You bet. No, totally.
There's a practice I went to in dead ass. I think it was called Body Talk, and I went to somebody, and I'm like, never heard about this practice before, and they can pretty much like move the energy in the body to kind of help like the circulation flowing. Like if you're having like a sexual block or whatever, like she kind of goes in there and like massages with energy and like certain like pinpoints and unblock stuff. And like if you're having communication problems, that will like reflect in the body energetically as well. And so she did her spirit fingers, we'll call it spirit fingers, and yeah, and honestly,
bring
like,
it on.
Yeah, like things
fingers.
Actually felt. I will say this: I felt an increase. Like I felt an awareness, and things did flow. So if you can do it at home for free, shit, don't pay nobody.
Yeah, no,
Do it at
totally.
home.
We all have this power to work with our chakras.
Yes.
And we have the power to balance and cleanse them ourselves too in some way and align ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to become conscious of what colors they are, what they represent in your body. Mm-hmm. Your spiritual body is going to go on and live forever. It's your chakras and your spiritual body, which is what's moving this physical body, which is just a glove. Mm-hmm. This is a glove that we're living in right now. So even they say when you die, you lose so much weight, the body loses about 3 pounds.
That's scientifically proven.
It's not scientific fact. That's right.
Athena, that's a fact.
I know we were just arguing about colors before we got on the episode tonight.
You know what? No, we should probably do a whole episode on that whole conversation.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, when you're listening to this right now, I got to ask you for a comment. Do you believe black is a color? Because I do believe that black is a color.
So, and it was taught to me that black is not a color, but rather it is the absence of light. So it's a void. So is it like void, the color of black?
It's black,
or
the
black?
absence. I don't believe that.
The absence of
I used to paint cars for a living, and I did beautiful black paint jobs, and black is a color. Otherwise, I would be.
So, and if we are not considering it a color, then what do you call black?
I mean, the universe is they have black dark holes and all this black holes, they call them whatever, and the universe looks black in some way to a degree, but it could also be just the darkest blue we've ever seen.
Yeah, that is so true, but also I compare this to, it's like when Prince changed his name to the symbol,
here we go,
and
yeah.
it's all the artist formerly known as Prince. So is this like void, the color formerly known as black?
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing?
Here, I want my car painted infinite.
Please comment below and hit subscribe and like.
Yeah. Don't even use the word black then for anything.
Void.
Yeah, I want black furniture. No, you want void furniture.
Want void.
Huh?
You know what? You heard it first. We're gonna patent
That's right.
that.
That's right. You heard it first here, ladies and gentlemen, on this podcast. And on that note, also, there's a lot there you can do. You can go and get yourself on YouTube. There are other people, Stephen Halpern, who I promote a lot.
It's funny. So back when I worked at a company, I brought his name up, and someone absolutely knew who he was, and they're like, I listened to it all day at work, and I was like,
Yeah.
awesome, you're
He's,
cool.
he's a pioneer in spiritual music, and there's a lot of subliminal energy, and
Mm-hmm.
there's different music tones for each chakra too.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
topic.
episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's things you can do right now at home, or in your car, on your phone, on your TV. If you have a smart TV, you go to YouTube, Stephen Halpern, and he has music that will balance your chakras as you listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
He has music that will heal you and help your body start that self-healing.
While you're sleeping.
While you're
just play
sleeping,
it.
play
Mhm.
it. You're consciously,
That's so
He,
true.
he has music out there to align your chakras to draw in money and prosperity.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways that your chakras affect your life and bring success into your life.
Mhm.
Now, take it for granted, COVID's, been here, but I got vaccinated. Things are going to get back to normal here soon.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm feeling that energy. So, we can't let things like that stop us. And, also if you're a Reiki practitioner, you can be doing some Reiki on your navel just for GP, just to keep everything flowing for yourself.
What's GP?
General purpose.
General purpose.
Or general
I was like,
practice,
what's
yeah.
GP?
Because at some point, like you said, it's the universal connection to life for us. It's just like the universe in itself,
Mhm.
So that is very much, I'm not going to say the most important chakra, but it's very powerful for us to acknowledge.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it has a connection to your consciousness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And also, too, I want to tell you that the color orange represents, like we talked about the third house, but also that's the god Mercury's favorite color.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. About what planet it was associated with. I wanted to say Mercury, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
say the wrong
And,
thing.
if you look at pictures of Dalai Lama
Mhm.
or any Tibetan monks,
True.
they're all wearing orange gowns.
Or yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But most of the time orange, and orange is that communication. Sai Baba wore a lot of orange. They all wear a lot of orange.
Also, too, I heard the other day that if you're also trying to attract positivity into your life, you really should be wearing brighter colors. They said that black actually attracts like a low vibration. And I could see that. I could see that even though I love black and I'm not going to give it up. So
I'm sorry, I'm not going
But
to give it up either. I love black. Here's the thing. Now that's somebody's opinion there with colors. Now I have dragon philosophy with
that
colors.
was coming from Sadhguru.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, but that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine because in dragon philosophy, black is a power color. That's a power color, baby. Come on now. You feel empowered when you wear black. You feel gangsters wear black. I mean, everybody feels empowered wearing black. I mean, all the, a black leather coat looks good.
I mean, there's nothing better. There's nothing more powerful than a little black dress.
Yeah.
You're right.
There you go.
That's true.
And I don't want to offend anybody out there, but black lingerie. But anyway, moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. No, black's one of my favorite
Black
colors.
ties,
Yeah,
black
I have a
hair.
black obsidian ball here on the table. Athena, can you zoom in on that? Yeah, black obsidian for those who can't see. So I apologize for you guys on Spotify and iTunes.
Even though,
or
like,
wherever
I know
it's-
we started off with the navel, but we really needed to understand the concept of the color black. So
Yes.
comment below.
Yes. Did you get it? Okay. All right. So, wow, the time goes by so quickly.
Yes.
Well,
I'm glad you brought this to our attention. Now that we know more about the navel, we'll be more conscientious of it and treat it a little bit better.
Try that navel exercise with some oil for yourself.
Give it some TLC.
Yeah, and real quickly, as I'm promoting my album "Time Has Come" by Travis Tidwell on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, everywhere. We're promoting this podcast here. We want you to leave a message. We want some comments. We want you to tell your friends. We want you to help us get more subscribers. And what I want you to do too is, now, don't you have some goddess stuff coming up?
I'm
No?
working on it. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going to Zion next week. So
Okay.
I'm just planning this trip. I'm trying to, I don't know, this is the year of travel. I feel it in my soul. God wants me to connect with nature. Like, I feel like
Okay.
a lot of grounding is needed for me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, Ashley in the past has done some goddess rituals
And workshop.
and gatherings, workshop stuff. And
But it's
so,
coming.
Yeah, because even in my philosophy of Sacred Dragon, we have to acknowledge the goddess. I love the goddess.
Warrior,
Yeah.
woman warrior mindset workshops. So, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. No, and so again, you can go to Pisces Life Coach, right?
On Instagram.
On Instagram, baby, and check her out. I do have an Instagram, One Sacred Dragon. But like I said, I'd rather have you get a hold of me on Travis Tidwell Podcast at gmail.com, or contact us here on YouTube if you heard us here on radio channel, and you want to see what this girl looks like. No.
Travis, no.
I was just kidding.
Focus on spirit, you guys. Don't listen to this man.
But beauty, but spirit acknowledges beauty. And I want to give my executive producer here on this episode, thank you for all the work you're doing for this episode for us and show. As I thank you, Ashley, for being here.
And thank you.
She really is a beautiful soul. She's a beautiful girl inside and out. She is.
We're
very lucky to have her around. I want to wish everybody out there in YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and everybody peace and love. And I say God bless you and the Holy and Divine Spirit. May God and the Holy and Divine Spirit, the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy Divine Spirit bless you, your families, your friends, your pets, your loved ones, and planet Earth. So be it. Peace and love.
Time has come for a change.